heritage project, the ancestors I researched came from Germany. The family members I learned about are my great-grandpa Donald Langlet's parents and their ancestors. First of my ancestors to travel to America was my great-great-grandma Aunt Margaret and Uncle John Hubert. They traveled on a boat from Germany to Ellis Island in New York City. When they got to America, they changed their last name from Langlet to Langlet. They dropped the E at the end. From New York, my ancestors accepted free land that was being offered in Dakota, our area. They boarded a train that was mixed with freight and coach cars. Along the journey, they had to make many stops because the railroad was not finished yet. When the train was stopped, the crewmen would unload railroad tiles as the train kept on. Finally, the train reached Yankton, South Dakota, the destination of the immigrants. Yankton in the 1870s was a thriving little city with 4,000 people. Here in this city is where my first ancestors brought land to and became farmers. Immigrating to a new country can be challenging, but also rewarding. Some of my ancestors' challenges were the fears to leaving their own country to find a better country. When they arrived in the United States, they only knew how to speak German, so they had to learn how to speak a new language and a new culture. I learned how my ancestors immigrated from Germany to America and their challenges they faced once arrived to a new country. I'm glad I live where I live because it would be very scary to me to have to immigrate to another country I know nothing about.
Man, looks like you've got all kinds of things to share with us here. So let's see what she's got.
My heritage, journey to America. My great-great-grandma, Helen Reich Langlet. She was born in 1897. This is her. My great-great-grandpa Langlet, he was in the Army during World War I. His parents came on a boat from Germany to Ellis Island. They fled Germany to get away from Hitler. This is first to come to America. My great-great-grandma's Aunt Margaret and Uncle John Hubert. They were the first to come to America from Germany. They got on a train in New York and rode it all the way till the tracks ended in Yankton, South Dakota, where they bought a farm and became farmers. This is them. This is my great-great-grandma Helen Reich, and then this is a coat of arms for Reich. My ethnicity. I have 5% Swedish, 25% Finnish, 20% French, and 50% German. 4 generations of my family. This is a Christmas card from my great-great-great-grandma sent to my Grandma Helen Langland. This is Helen Wright, and this is Herbert Langland, my great-great-grandparents. Lena. My great-grandma Martha Lena came from Finland when she was a couple of years old. Her parents came to the U.S. to work in the iron mines of Michigan. She married Arthur Lena. His nickname was Bear Tracks. He was trapped for a living, catching foxes, bears, and other animals. Lesage. This is a coat of arms for Lesage. Lesage in French means wise one. My grandma Helen grew up in Houghton, Michigan, a mining town. She is of Swedish and French Canadian descent. She married Larnard Lesage, nicknamed Cush, an iron miner and firefighter, came to the U.S. from Canada.
Need help flipping it around?
Yeah.
Okay. Double side. A little harder to get there.
Yeah. My family tree. It first started out as my great-great-grandparents, and then they had my great-grandparents, and then they had my aunts and uncles and my grandma. My grandma had my mom and my uncle. My uncle married my aunt. And then they had my baby cousin Ainsley and my other baby cousin Kingsley that was born on Monday. And then my mom married my dad, and then they had my sister and me. And this is where my great-great-grandparents went from Germany to America. And this is pictures of them. These are my great-grandparents. Here's them again. This is my grandma. That's my cousin. And then that's my